Hello, this is Vani Maradi, Assistant Professor, Vigyaneshwar Government Law College, Kalburgi, Karnataka. We have completed our discussion on Sale of Goods Act 1930. Having completed that topic which comes under Contract 2 subject, the next topic let us uh, take up and discuss for a discussion is Indian Partnership Act 1932. Just like Sale of Goods Act 1930, which was part of Indian Contract Act 1972, which was separated in the year 1930. Similarly, Indian Partnership Act was also part of, say, Indian Contract Act 1872, and Section 234 to 266 were related to the Partnership Act. But once it was separated in the year 1932, on October 1st, the provisions relating to partnership stood repealed in Indian Contract Act 1872. So, in Partnership Act 1930, that is Indian Partnership Act 1930, we need to discuss about the meanings, natures, then elements, factors determining the existence of partnership, dissolution of partnership, then registration of partnership, rights and duties of partners, then relationship of partner with that of uh, another partner, relationship of partner with third party, so on and so forth. So, at the outset, we shall see the definition of partnership. Partnership is been defined under section 4 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, which states that partnership is a relationship between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profits of a business carried out by all or any of them acting for all. So, the elements that are necessary to bring the partnership into existence are covered in this definition itself. The characteristic features are also covered in this definition itself. So let us see uh, in detail and explain this definition. So the starting part of the definition says that it is relationship between persons, two or more persons. So for partnership to take place, minimum members is 2 and the maximum is 50. So the maximum number of members is not stated or mentioned in Indian Partnership Act 1932, but it is mentioned in Companies Act 1956, wherein it is stated that any association other than company must have maximum number of 50 members, and more than that would would be illegal. So that is the reason why we say that it is a relationship between two or more persons. Then further the definition says that who have agreed to share the profits of the business. So who have agreed? Agreed means here it is an agreement. Agreement means the partnership can come into existence only through agreement, that too voluntary agreement. It is not possible by operation of law. So what is operation of law then? By operation of law means under Hindu undivided family, if a child is born, then he becomes co-partner and is entitled to the property. Then we cannot call him as partnership because there is no agreement between them. It is only by operation of law which he enjoys by the operation of law stated in Indian Succession Act. Then another case that we can quote regarding the operation of law is, in government job, if an employee dies, then on compassionate ground, if the employee's son or daughter possesses a basic qualification, will be given a post in the father's place of employment. So this cannot be called as partnership. Partnership has to take place by entering into an agreement or by contract, and that has to take place voluntarily, which can be called as partnership deed. So who have agreed to share the profit. Agreed here means agreement, and share the sharing of the profit of business. So business, there should be a business, and that should be profit oriented business. If it is just one more thing that we should uh, mm, make ourselves clear at this point is, partnership does not include ownership or joint ownership. If brothers are the owner of a building, and if they are getting rent, that cannot be called as partnership because there is no profit there. So business means it could be any occupation, any trade, or any profession which is profit oriented. Then the definition further says that carried on by all or by any of them for, that is carried on by all or any of them on behalf of all or for all, which means mutual agency. So in agency, principal is liable for the acts of the agent, but in partnership it is mutual agency. So both principal um, partners are principals and they are agents as well. They enjoy they share both the profits and losses. So there should be mutual agency. This is the next part. So if all these essentials are present, then only the partnership comes into existence. Having known about the existence of partnership, meaning of partnership, let us see the next content part of Partnership Act, that is rights and duties of partnership. So far as rights and duties of partners are concerned, they are determined and described by the partners themselves while entering into an agreement and making the deed. Only if they are silent and if they are not mentioned in the agreement, under such circumstances, section 9 to 17 of Indian Partnership Act 1932, which prescribe the rights and duties, will have to be adhered to. Otherwise, only what is being described by the partners in the partnership deed shall operate as rights and duties. So the first right of partner is, partner has got every right to take part in the course of business, that is conduct of business or management of affairs of business. Then the second right enjoyed by the partner is, he has got right to be informed and consulted in matters affecting the business of the partnership firm. Then the third right enjoyed by the partner is, he has got right to inspect the documents, accounts, books, and take the copies of the same. Fourth right enjoyed by the partner is, he has got right to deny the admission of new partners. Then the next right of partner is he has got right to retire from partnership firm. Other than that, he has got right to dissolve, propose for the dissolution of the partnership. So like this, partner enjoys so many rights. Then coming on to the duties of the partnership. The partner has got the duty to devote his time and attention for the business of partnership. Then he has got the duty to work within his authority. He cannot cross that. Then he has got the duty to work for the advantage of the business. Advantage of the business, that is partnership business, partnership firm's business. This is another duty cast on partners. Then the next duty of partner is to indemnify the other partner if any loss is caused due to the willful and intention of the partner. This is another duty cast upon the partner. Then partner has duty not to assign his interest without the consent of other partners. This is another duty of the partner under the Indian Partnership Act. Then after knowing the rights and duties, let us see different kinds of partnership or partners. So there are so many kinds of partners like active partner, sleeping partner, nominal partner, partner by estoppel, partner by holding out, junior partner, senior partner, minor partner, secret partner, so on and so forth. So active partner is a partner who actively participates, invests and is entitled to the share in the profits. So before he retires, he has to give public notice of his retirement so that he will be free from liability that takes place after his retirement. Then sleeping partner is a partner who invests but does not take part, but he is eligible for the sharing of profits and losses. Then we have nominal partner. He only gives his or he lends his reputation and prestige. He does not invest, does not share or take part in the management of the affairs of the company. Then we have partner by estoppel. So partner who behaves in such a manner that he is mistaken to be a partner, person who behaves in such a manner that he is mistaken to be a partner. Under such circumstances, he is liable for the third party for his acts. Then partner by holding out. So if a person is declared as partner in partnership deed, then he has to deny if he is not the partner. If he does not deny, then he will be liable for that. Then we have senior partner, junior partner. Senior partner is one who gets into it at the initial stage, then later point of time who joins is the junior partner. Then minor partner is a partner who can only be a beneficiary. He can only be a beneficiary. Then secret partner is a partner who acts behind the screen. Like this, there are many kinds of partners. Rest of the topic we shall discuss in the next video class. Thank you.